Big Tugger the Third, wasn't a frat. I know. I know. I don't really have all the time to explain what happened, but I was kind of forced to be in it. I mean, due to roommate restrictions and housing sanctions, it was just a weird situation to be a part of. But I wasn't a frat, so I have a lot of background knowledge of these type of people. And one of these types of people, Frat Lord McGee. So we're gonna talk about him real quick. Frat Lord McGee is a frat guy who is trying really hard to be a frat guy. Does that make sense? Just posting Instagram stories with like that one finger up pose for some goddamn reason, making alcoholism a personality trait, and going to things called formals and pretending like they're not adult proms. These are the classic characteristics of a Frat Lord McGee. And if you're in there frat with them, you're probably golden. I mean, maybe they'll bully you a little bit, but at the end of the day, you're brothers. You're brothers, it doesn't matter, we're always gonna be together. But if you're not in the frat with him, and you don't know him at all, I wish you the best of luck, because he's gonna be at the bar, and after midnight, he's gonna turn his lack of game and lack of parental appreciation and just beat the shit out of someone. Throw a hard gut punch into the first nerd he sees, which was me a lot of the time. Also, I'm not gonna say what frat I was in, because they'll come for me. They'll come and chew me up. Up next are my least favorite people I ever met at college, and I know it's weird that I'm putting them second and not last or first, whatever, fuck it. It's rich kids. Oh my god, they're the worst people. I'm not even gonna give them a cute nickname like Frat Lord McGee because I don't want to put mental effort into these assholes. I hate them. I mean, these people were genuinely the bane of my existence in college. I came from a family that believed in things such as couponing and sneaking snacks into a movie theater. These guys showed up knowing what a Roth IRA was or how much money was in their parents' inheritance. I don't even know what I'm gonna get in my inheritance. Probably dead. They just have no concept of what it means to be a college student, aka being poor for a very long time and being very much in debt. That's right by their head. If I called my father and asked for money and I wasn't in a hospital, he would fly out and put me in a goddamn hospital. There's no such thing as fun money in the Lingren household. Money is a scary thing that we talk about very little. And oh my god, the spring breaks these people go on. I didn't go to one spring break my entire college career. You know why? Because who's got money like that? They go to places like Fort Lauderdale or Europe and then they act like they're poor. That's the worst part about these people. Worst part about rich college students, they try and be poor with you. They try and lie. They try and sneak around, little snakes in the grass. It's bullshit. They'll bitch and moan about, oh my god, we're so broke, everybody. Whoa, my god, life is so hard. But they're actually complaining about how daddy doesn't give them 10K a month, they get 5K a month. I'm over here figuring out how much ramen a man can eat in a month before he dies. This is a different level. I don't know, I think we need a class war. On to the next one. Up next, we have the boners.
All right, so roll on. Where are we going? There we are. There we are. That's what we're looking for. So that was it's Big Tug on YouTube. Love that guy. He puts out these shorts where he talks about like crazy animals or different parts of the world that are terrifying. He's hilarious. Love the guy so much. So thought I'd start you out with that. I figured I'm having a hard time focusing, and somebody suggested that my daughter too also suggested that going live with you guys and editing with you might help. I don't know if anybody will show up and watch. It's not really the point. I'm going to treat it like there's a whole group of you here, and hopefully that'll just help keep me motivated, help me keep moving through, because it's a tough slog out here, and these video edits can get a little bit draining after a while if I'm not careful. So I'm going to get into this. I'm editing the second part to a Doctor Who two-parter. This is episode 5, World War III. I'm into it a little bit. So basically I'm going to run down my setup quickly, and then if anybody jumps in and is curious, I jumped onto another live stream with somebody editing the other day, and they gave me a good idea. So I set up basically like doing a multicam, but instead of doing the multicam, which is a little straining on my system, I just took the two different looks that I need for the video, which is the one you see here with my just me centered, and then the other one, of course, which is the combo, the episode end. I thought about making a third, but with the episode full screen, but that seems a little unnecessary. So maybe later when I figure out a little bit more what I'm doing with my system, that's something I can do. But right now, I didn't want to overcomplicate it because I'm trying to get these put out as quickly as possible, stay consistent. And people are suggesting in the comments of my last one that I put two-parters out together instead of 1 week at a time like I do everything else, and that's great. I'd love to do that. I might try to do that, or at least something close to it. But what you have to understand is that if I'm not doing it myself, I'm paying somebody to do it because I don't have the time to do it myself. And either way, it's a huge draw, either on my time and money or just my money, either one. So I'm either paying somebody to do it, or I'm taking time away from doing other things that could potentially help, pay bills and feed my family to do it. And I can't always do 2 of these in a week, along with everything else I'm trying to do too here on YouTube and different projects I'm working on. So bear with me. I'll do my best to get these 2-parters out maybe a little more quickly rather than doing 2, a full week apart, but I don't know if I can do them 2 in the same day. Really, it's real simple. It's just a matter of time and resources. And, I've only got so much of both. So no free, no free promos, no labels. Anyway. Okay. So if somebody does show up and there's any problem with the audio, my voice, the video, anything like that, let me know. I'm just gonna go through and edit. And if somebody pops up and has a question or wants to say something, I'll just say hi, and I'll chat with you a little bit. But for now, we're getting through here. We're pretty close. We're gonna go back and watch what I've done so far. Because come on, it's like you're not even trying. I don't really need the recap today.
Harriet Jones, MP for Flydale North.
MP for Flydale North. I like her a lot. I really want Jackie to be okay.
They'll help to identify the bodies.
Okay.
To humans, maybe.
Yeah, so he is tougher. He is a little more resilient. Oh, he just shot the one and it got the both of them. That's kind of cool. But how are we going to save Jackie? Because we're going to save Jackie, right? We have to save Jackie. How are we going to do that? Guys, how are we saving Jackie? Billie Piper is quickly becoming an actress that I feel like I need to find. Like I need to search up her work and see what else she's been in, because she's impressing the crap out of me right now. Oh, it's getting all of them. Okay, that's convenient. That's great. I mean, that's great. I guess maybe they're connected through technology. It looks like it's originating in those collars, so maybe it's like shorting them out and they're all connected. That would make sense, I guess, as much as any of this makes sense.
Jackie!
It's Ricky. Save her, Ricky. Don't hit it. Just run, okay? I wouldn't even do that. Just grab her and run. Seriously, dude? It's gonna look like a costume. It's gonna look fake on that phone. Ruh-roh.
Reinstate my disguise! Hurry up! Hurry!
Like that's what I mean when I say it's really camp. He's like legit trying to put on the skin suit like it's a jumper, And it's just like, as it was running down the hall. Then it looked really terrifying as the CG version of it. Like that's pretty terrifying. Not bad for the first series of a TV show either.
Where you been? I called for help. I sounded the alarm.
I think they're all dead.
No, really?
He did it! That man there!
I think you'll find the Prime Minister is an alien in disguise. That's never going to work, is it?
No.
Fair enough.
They're really just not good at their job at all, are they?
Under the jurisdiction of the emergency protocols, I authorize you to execute this man!
The thing is, if I was you, if I was going to execute someone by backing him against the wall, between you and me, little word of advice, don't stand him against the lid.
Are you just...
Authorize you under the jurisdiction under the jurisdiction of the emergency protocols, I authorize you to execute this man.
The thing is, if I was you, if I was going to execute someone by backing him against the wall, between you and me, little word of advice. Don't stand and execute someone by backing him against the wall. Between you and me, little word of advice. The thing is, if I was you, if I was going to execute someone by backing him against the wall, don't stand him against the lid.
Are you just? They.
The thing is, if I was you, if I was going to, the thing is, if I was you, if I was going to, the thing is, if I was going to execute someone by backing him against the wall, don't stand him against the lid.
Are you just? They really suck at their job. Everybody sucks at their job. Oh, those are genius hiding places. Nobody will ever look for them there.
I repeat, the upper floors are under quarantine. You will stay where you are, you will disregard all previous instructions, you will take your orders directly from me.
Mr. Green, sir, sorry, but you've got to come with me. We should evacuate the entire building.
Sergeant, have you...
Oh, those are genius hiding places. Nobody will ever. Everybody sucks at their job. Oh, those are genius hiding places. Nobody will ever look for them there.
I repeat, the upper floors are under quarantine. You will stay where you are, you will disregard all previous instructions, you will take your orders directly from me.
Mr. Green, sir, sorry, but you've got to
Oh no! Oh goodness! All of that time, the whole time. That's why I need people. That's why I need people. Thank you so much for letting me know. Sorry about that. And by the way, Totally TV, I said to answer your question a while ago, I use Premiere Pro. I've been using Adobe forever, for like a decade or better. So it may not be the easiest to use for beginners, but once you get a hold of the program and you know what you're doing, it's pretty easy. How are you, Ronan? Thank you for stopping in. I understand if you can't stay, it's late. It's late here for me too, but what I was saying earlier, I guess when nobody could hear me, is that I'm trying this thing because I need to get this edited. And I was having a hard time staying focused, and different people have told me that sometimes doing it live can help. So here I am. But no wonder nobody stuck around if you couldn't hear anything I was saying. That's not good. Hopefully you can hear me now. Everything's okay. I can't get enough of her. Harriet Jones, MP for Fly Down North. I just love it so much. There's something so endearing about it. Let's see, this is another part where I know I need to make it a little shorter. I'm not sure exactly how. Okay, I know. I think I figured it out. It's tough. It's tough. It's the part of the job that you editing is kind of the part of the thing that you have to take. You know, they always say that, right? You take the good with the bad, and that's always the part that you just kind of have to deal with starting out. Hopefully, very soon things are picking up, especially with this Doctor Who reactions. I'm getting a lot of traction from you guys. You guys are really supporting the channel a lot, and if I just a little bit more, if it keeps growing the way it's growing, and the Patreon keeps growing the way it's growing over there with these Doctor Who things, then very soon, way sooner than I thought, I'll be able to hire an editor so that I could just create the content, send it off, and hopefully that'll be a lot better. For sure, it will allow me to do a little more. Like, for instance, hopefully when I add an editor, I'll be able to add a second series. Also, I'm talking to somebody right now, a young woman that I met through the acting studio that I'm working with, about joining me on here for certain reactions. We're talking about doing 2 film reactions together a month. She's younger, in her 20s, and so she wants to introduce me to like content that I would not have seen. That's just stuff like, for instance, she's insisting that we go back and watch Twilight first. So that'll be fun. And I'm introducing her to, the plan is that I'll be introducing her to more, well, I hate to call them classics, but 90s films, 80s, 90s, things that I consider to be just movies, but anybody born after the year 2000 thinks of as old movies. It's whatever, but it should be a fun time. She's great. She's got a great personality. Hopefully we can work that out and you guys will get to meet her pretty soon. Yeah, that'll add a little bit of variety to the channel, so you won't just have to hear my voice all the time. Gotta get tired of staring at my mug all the time. I know I do. Oh, I'll be really honest, Rana. The hardest part for me about this editing is that I'm dealing with. I got some serious problems with my neck right now, and sitting in this chair for long periods of time does not help. It doesn't feel good. It really doesn't feel good. Uh, so that kind of sucks, but it's okay. The job must be done. The show must go on. But yeah, I will hopefully be able to introduce you guys to that young lady pretty soon. Good night, lady. I'll see you soon. Ben Rowe the Heretic. I think I got that right. Welcome into the chat. Good night, Rana. And yeah, I do. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be great. Like I said, it'd be nice to have somebody else to do this with. This can be a pretty lonely profession. I've discovered. That sounds made up. This is going to be a tough bit to cut down. Oh, yeah, I'm not looking forward to this a little bit. That didn't work. Just trying things out, trying to work it out. Oh, I know what I can do. There it is. That's the second time this has happened. I don't know what's going on. I need to check and see if maybe there's an update that, but my program keeps crashing. That never happens, or it hasn't since. Um, the I don't know, the 23rd version. It hasn't really been a problem with it. But that's the third time that's happened. At least it's got a really great recovery system. I need that bit then. A little bit, a little bit. Yeah, the flatulence was a bit of a problem for me. Yeah, the farty with the great farty babies. Yeah, they were a problem. Had to go to the auto update settings. You can turn off. Oh, I know. I'm aware. The problem. Well, I mean, the thing is, the thing is about the editing software, about the drops, about the crashes, is that I've been using this particular version, for about 2 weeks. It's beta, but it hasn't been crashing at all. I'm wondering if there's something else I'm running on my system that's giving it trouble. That's giving my computer trouble. I think the producer took the hint. Not much following later. Yeah. I think that, I don't know. So I remember I've watched through Boomtown already, so I know that one of these characters comes back, and there wasn't nearly as much of that. That's true in that episode. So hopefully they did. It wasn't the best. I'm using Premiere Pro. That would be my guess. Let's see. I wonder, that's going to be a hard check to get past copyright. I love how that line came back. Obviously, he said that to her at the beginning, right? Lots of planets have a north. I love that a lot. That was an interesting line because I don't know. I don't. The only place I've ever heard the phrase "pass it to the left," well, in reference to a thing, it wasn't alcohol. So that was an interesting thing to hear in such a posh British accent like that. The aliens were a great union of practical and vision. No, that I definitely agree with. They really were a cool Visually, they were very cool visually. I thought that the practical effects were really cool, and the CGI actually wasn't bad at all. I mean, it wasn't flawless, obviously, but for the budget that you must be working with for a TV series, especially one in its first series, I know this is sort of a continuation of an older show, but they couldn't have been working with that much money, and uh, I thought they did a really great job. The flatulence is a problem, but I think at this point they were still trying to find out what was going to work. So this could have been more focused on 8 to 12-year-olds. It could have. I've been talking to, or I've been commenting about that and getting a lot of responses in the comments about whether or not it was designed as a TV show originally, the old Who, classic Who, for families, for kids. I keep saying it was made for kids, and everybody keeps correcting me and saying that it was designed as a family show. I don't see much difference between a kids show and a family show, unless you're talking like I don't. When I say kids show, I don't automatically mean like 3 years old. I'm talking about like under 15 and under, 16 and under, that kind of thing. A TV series created on a national TV station, not privately owned. Family show can have slightly more adult themes. That's true, and I think that's just it's just with my phrasing. Like I said, most people say children's show, and they're talking about like kids. Like I said, 2, 3, 5, 6 years old. In my head, when I say kids show, I'm thinking teenager down. So that's my mistake, or at least it's semantics. But in general, the themes of these first few episodes really did feel like they were for a younger audience. Or at least the tone of it. The themes actually are pretty inclusive. Like they have some pretty expansive, some pretty some layered themes that definitely adult audiences could get behind 100%. That's true. That's why I said kids to me means teenagers. You know, teenagers. In shows for teenagers, you would have characters like that. Or at least the way he's portrayed early in this season for sure. I don't know. He definitely has the potential to be much less kid friendly, much less young adult friendly if they decide to go that with him. So I don't know what they do with him in the future, but in this series, he doesn't do anything except for maybe in Bad Wolf with the whole when they keep taking his clothes off for the game show. I don't know. That's debatable. Bad Wolf. Bad Wolf is as far as I've gotten. Actually, I want that. Thanks. Oh, definitely more to come. I'm hoping to have the 13th episode recorded sometime this week, and the editing process is where I'm struggling to find time to get it done. It does take a lot more, obviously more effort, but there's certainly more time. No, you're here to keep me focused. That's why you're here. You're here to keep me focused because it helps. It's an experiment I'm trying. Because I was already having a hard time focusing, getting it done, staying connected to it. So I'm hoping that having you guys around will actually help. But that's the fourth time it's crashed. I'm gonna have to when I'm done with this and we're off of here. I'll close everything down, check for updates, and restart it. Well, it is 3:10 a.m. here, so you know. It did it again. Something about every time I try to speed up the playback, it seems to crash. Yeah, yeah, that's the time difference. I'm in the States, and here it is 3 something in the morning. So it's every time I try to speed it up, for some reason it's crashing. I do have a lot of things open, but I don't think my computer should be fine. (9:12) here in the UK, 8:13 in Melbourne. Yeah, yeah, I know the betas are never. It just hasn't happened before, and I don't think I've updated it in a couple of weeks, which means it's just a little weird that it's happening all of a sudden. Um, but like you said, with betas, this kind of thing happens. But it's not losing any of my work. It's restoring my work just fine. So I consider that a win. It is. It's definitely a win. Losing work is really frustrating. I've done this before where I've Premiere Pro used to be really bad about actually, like, it would crash and it wouldn't let you recover like up to the minute, and it was a very irritating time as an Adobe user. I have to blow my nose, guys, because it's starting to run. I'm having bad allergies, so just give me a minute and let me do that. I'll be right back. Sorry. I'm just gonna turn off the camera because I do not want you guys to see that. It would not be fun. Sorry about that. I cut the mic too. That's not something anybody needs to see or hear. My bad. This time of year, the winter time, right when the weather starts changing, I have those kinds of problems. I think I've got this down. I think as long as I don't This would be really curious if you were just at home watching this on TV. The group of people there. Yeah. Somebody told me the Royal Air Force, right? RAF. Um, I don't think so. I don't know what that is, so I don't think so, unless I'm not remembering, which is possible. But I don't think I know what unit is. But if it's not painfully obvious, I'm not entirely very familiar with a lot of the terminology I'm hearing coming out of the UK, like governmental or military system. A lot of this can get cut out. It's not really strictly necessary. That's where we go. Is that the Slovene? Is it the actress or the name of the character? The lady who comes back in Boomtown, Margaret? I really like her. Her acting is incredible. I talk about it a lot when we get to Boomtown. You don't really get to see it here, but in Boomtown, she's absolutely amazing. Sorry, I went down the wrong pipe. No, obviously that's something they haven't had a problem with. There's only one actor I think I've seen in the show so far that I wasn't just overly impressed with. Very good in Boomtown, yes. You'll hear more about it from me in that reaction, but she was really great. She was incredible. I don't I don't think so. Um I don't know. I haven't finished the season yet, but I'm just trying. I've only seen all the episodes just once, and I'm trying to think. Um, it's hard to call them filler because things happen. Yeah, you know that like filler episodes don't usually have much impact on the overall plot. That's sort of their defining characteristic, like the season arc. And there were some definite, like there was so much revelation about the Doctor as a character in Boomtown. And there was also a bunch of revelations, or at least a lot of movement in Mickey's character, in Rose's character, that I don't think you could call it a filler episode, really. Um, I don't know for sure, but I can't off the top of my head think of an episode that I would call a filler episode for this first series. Like all of them have been layered and peppered with a lot of very good um exposition or character development. The long game, in retrospect, Boomtown is quite important. I don't know the long game. That was I remember the title. I can't remember which episode that was though. I think I've seen that one already, right? Um, I think I recognize that title. So from the production point of view, they found that they were over committed and found that they had to double bank one episode a year. In the next few years, it became more obvious. What do you mean double bank? Yeah, the long game. I can't remember what that was. Doctor Who long game. Which one was that? Seventh episode of the series British science fiction television show. And the episode The Alien Time Traveler and its companion, future and genuine genius. Oh, the Adam Mitchell. Yeah, I didn't like him. Okay, so that was Satellite 5. That was that episode. That was the one. That was the one where that's the one actor so far that I don't know that I really enjoyed. I filmed 2 episodes at once. The long game was with Simon Pegg. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Could have said Satellite 5, Simon Pegg. That was a pretty interesting episode. Except like the long game in retrospect, Boomtown is quite important. I don't think you can. Here's the thing. I don't think you can call the long game a filler episode either. Without the long game, we don't have Bad Wolf. You know, I mean, it can't really be a filler episode if it sets up for one of the what I'm assuming is going to be the more pivotal twists of the series. Now, I haven't watched the second half of that. I don't know if you consider it a two-parter, but whatever the 13th episode is, I think is a two-parter. It feels like a two-parter to me to Bad Wolf. And there's some big, it's Daleks, right? Yeah, because Rose got taken and she was with the Daleks, and he said he was going to go get her. That's right. So I'm trying to remember what I've seen. So I've been editing, so everything's getting all jumbled together. But so if you have the Daleks behind Boomtown, behind the game shows, but they were also behind, because he mentioned that whatever was pulling the strings was behind he said whatever was pulling the strings during the game show thing was also pulling the strings and got the slimy creature above Satellite 5, right? Brought him in. So that means that the Daleks were already in charge of Satellite 5 in the long game. So I don't think you can call the long game a filler episode either. It was deceptive. There was a twist. It was unexpected. And I think that's really cool, actually. It shows a lot of planning and a lot of care in putting these series together. I don't think seasons really need filler episodes until you get past 18 episodes. I think you get into 15, 16, 17, maybe you can start justifying 1 or 2 filler episodes. If you're under 14, I really think if you have a compelling story, you can make every episode count. There doesn't need to be any filler. Hey, everybody, got a few more people jumping in. How's everybody doing? Spoilers. Oh, hopefully now. So I've seen up through episode 12. I haven't seen 13 yet. So no spoilers beyond there. I'm assuming anybody here has already seen the first series of this. If you haven't, I'm so sorry. But that's just kind of my assumption. This is a live. Not many people are going to see it. So I assume the people who are here are real Who fans and probably already know this stuff. To the library. Well, I mean, it's not open right now, but I'll go tomorrow if you want me to. I don't know what is that like. Is that an episode? The library. Anyway, don't tell me. Never mind. Don't tell me. Bad Wolf is first mentioned in Aliens of London, then fairly frequently after. It's not the helicopter call sign on and I don't know what that means. Y'all be careful. No spoilers. No spoilers. I don't know what some of this stuff is you guys are saying. I don't want to read into it. So nothing past episode 12. Nothing past Boomtown. Okay, let's be careful. I don't want to get spoiled here. Long game's fun. But yeah, that's what I said. Hey, Donna, Cheesy. Nice to see you guys. No worries. No worries. That doesn't really spoil anything for me. So you're good there so far. Other people seem more concerned about it. I guess just a general caution not to explain it anymore, I guess. But no, I don't know what that means. So no spoiler there. It's hard because we love the show, but we also don't want to spoil your enjoyment. I know. I get it. There is, you know what, guys? I have a Discord. There's a place on the Discord where you can go and have spoilery conversations, but I know you guys have tons of like fan sites and things that you use where you already have that available to you. So, yeah, I think you did a good job, Cheesy. You kept it pretty obtuse. It didn't spoil anything for me, I don't think. I've heard a couple of these aren't that popular, and I don't get it because they're pretty good to me. Don't need that. Ugh. Yeah. Are you my mummy? That's really great. Actually, that was a really great episode. The empty child, I think is what it was called. Um, I think that there was a lot of really good stuff in this. I think just as a general, you look, when it comes out, you'll hear all my thoughts at the end. Basically, I really enjoyed it. I think that they tried some things that maybe were misses. They tried to do a few things. They were experimenting with some stuff. It was still early days, and maybe they missed on a couple of things. But overall, I enjoyed the episode mostly. I think that there were some good acting moments. I'm going to talk about that a little bit here in a second. I think that the CGI was very decent. I think the practical effects were really cool. And enough happened to make it a worthwhile watch. That's pretty much my thoughts on it. Oh, I didn't do this. I hope you guys are enjoy it. I really am I'm putting a lot of work into these. The TV and film, it's where my heart is, but editing these reactions is a lot more time intensive than music reactions and other things. So, so far you guys have definitely made it worth it. The support that I've gotten on Patreon is insane, and it's really great. Hopefully, if it keeps growing the way it is, by the end of next month, enough of you will have signed up that moving into January, I might actually be able to hire an editor, which means I may be able to add a second show to YouTube, which would be great. So keep on spreading the word, share it around. If you haven't signed up for the Patreon, consider it. The Whovian tier is $5 a month, and you get the full reaction. Right now, so far, I haven't had any trouble, including audio and visual, the picture in picture. So come on over and check it out. Um, yeah, hopefully we can just keep growing, keep moving forward, and I'll be able to do things even quicker and more often, more consistently as we move forward, as people keep supporting. Yeah, this is really the first thing I've tried to do on here consistently since I started it. Well, since everything fell apart. I don't know how many of you know this, but about a year and a half into my creator journey, when I first started doing YouTube, we had a house fire, and everything kind of stopped for about 6 to 8 months or so. Really kind of set me back. But since then, this is the first time I've really tried to bring this channel to life, and it's really working out great. You guys are a really great bunch of fans. Well, we'll see how that goes. Like I said, time, resources, those are the biggest obstacles to me putting in any new shows. So other people have asked me about other spinoffs. Apparently, I guess there are spinoffs to Doctor Who, and it's not very likely anytime soon, just because of, like I said, it's just time and resources, all time and resources. But I resent that. I definitely take it seriously. I take it seriously right now. Um, hopefully that's obvious. 3 spinoffs and counting, huh? Thank you, Cheesy. I do try to put everything I can into this. One genuine sincerity, authenticity is important to me for sure. Unearthly Child. Is that a spinoff? Sounds like this is a much more of a universe here than I'm maybe prepared to jump into. I wonder what of this I need to include. All right, so I need some of this. Hold on. That's funny. That's a hilarious way to suggest that course of action. This is something I apparently was ignorant about. You were married by that young woman. Yeah. Yeah, he's already taken the rights away. Very first episode. It's the first series of classic series. Currently, the rights for it with a person to sit with a person who appears on one side of the culture war, and he's threatening to take the streaming rights away. Yeah, you're a very violent woman. I just like Harriet Jones in general. Let's see. this is a place again where I was a little bit. It really does. I just didn't think. When I think of stupid military decisions, I think of America. That's go figure. Um, but decisions that prioritize results and economics over civilian life. I guess I don't know. I just always relate that back to the U.S. When will this episode hit YouTube? If I'm able to keep going, if my neck doesn't completely kill me by the end of this, and I'm able to keep going, it will hit YouTube probably. Look, here's the thing. People want it out soon because it's a two-parter. People have been asking for it soon. In fact, people are telling me that they want me to do two parters in the same day. The thing is, if I put it out sooner than next Wednesday, which is when I've been posting these, I've been posting these on Wednesdays. If I put it out sooner, that doesn't mean another one will come Wednesday, because I can only devote as much time as I can to these things. The holidays are here too. I have my family to think about, and I have to work other things to keep the bills paid. So, right now, the plan is to just stick to the schedule and post it on Wednesday like I have every other time. That's the schedule for these Doctor Who things on YouTube. Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that's probably what I've thought about releasing it early as Saturday, but then there's no way I get the next one ready for next Wednesday, and I just don't think that's a great idea. Unfortunately, life does come first. But like I said, hopefully in January I'll have a little help, and we can sort of adjust how I do these things. So we'll see how that goes. You guys keep supporting the channel, keep supporting these videos. I mean, there's a ton of Who, like it's so many seasons, and if you guys want to see these things coming with more frequency, then yeah, that's the way to do it. I mean, after my bills are paid, pretty much everything I make goes back into the channel, hiring, paying for services, hiring editors. That's what it's for. I know so many people are impatient. Totally get it. I am too. I feel the same way. I watch reactors, and whenever a show that I love, big two-parter comes up, and the first one drops, and the second one doesn't, I get irritated too. I 100%. I can definitely sympathize. I identify with it. I'm just not in a place where I can do any better. It's when the channels that have like 5,000 patrons and they're making serious money can hire an editor. Those are the ones I get irritated at. Just remember, I'm still teeny tiny. Yeah, just hit 1K. Still not monetized yet on YouTube, but I'm working on that. But yeah, 1K is a big deal. I was really excited about it. It's all you guys too, by the way. No, it's monetized at 1,000 subscribers, and I still need some more watch hours. You have to have a certain number of watch hours in the last, I can't remember however many days. You have to have a certain number of watch hours. I'm almost there. That's what's holding me up. I got a few watch hours I got to make up, and then, I think by Monday or Tuesday I'll have the watch hours I need, and I'll be able to monetize it, and that'll be great because that means that I'll be able to get a little bit from ad revenue, which will help some. For those of you who don't use ad blockers, thank you. I know we don't think about it. I certainly didn't used to think about it, but when you're watching YouTube, those ads pop up and you think, "Oh, I can skip them. It's not hurting anybody." It doesn't do great. If you're watching a YouTube channel of a channel that you really want to support, it does help to watch those through if they're not too long. I don't expect you to watch a 3-minute ad. But a 15-second ad, that wouldn't be bad. Wouldn't be terrible. It's either monetize this or OnlyFans. Ray, nobody wants to see me create an OnlyFans. I guarantee it. See, what music do I react to? I react to pretty much anything right now. Or pretty much anything. Everything from popular stuff like Taylor Swift, Kelly Clarkson, and Blackpink. A little bit of that. Billie Eilish, a little bit of that. Rihanna, all the way to like stuff that here in the States anyway we never heard of. Foreign artists for me anyway, like Lara Fabian, Aurora. Pretty much anything. I react to pretty much anything. Yeah, I just don't think I have the tools to start an OnlyFans. For music, I would love to do independent stuff. The problem is my channel is not big enough. That if the artist that I review doesn't have a significant enough following, the video doesn't perform. I've done artists that I've found through Twitch or other independent artists, smaller artists before, and I do like to do that when I can to support them. I just have to be careful because after a while of videos that don't do well, the algorithm will spank you for it. I promise. Tried Ryan Upchurch. I have not, but I've heard the name. I'm wondering if it's these headphones giving me trouble making this hurt more than it needs to. I've not listened to Ryan Upchurch. I've heard the name. I don't know the artist though. I don't think I've ever heard any of his music, or I may have like on the radio or something. I just didn't put it together. Just in passing, I guess is the way to say that. Tom McDonald. Here's the thing, and I hope this doesn't keep you from watching Who with me. I'm not a fan of Tom McDonald. I've heard some of his stuff, and I'm not a fan. And I do try to. That was a long time ago now, actually, but I do try to stay fairly positive on especially on music and TV and stuff. I don't feel like this is a place for a lot of politics, and I don't like to focus on an artist or song or whatever, or even TV show, movie or whatever, if I don't really enjoy it. Because listen, just because it's not for me or because I don't like it doesn't mean that I want to just crap on it for anybody else. It's art. If you enjoy it, if you find value in it, it's really hard to make. I respect anybody who can produce music or films or anything and make a living off of it. So why would I want to sit around and just dump on something? Like, what's the point in that? So if I don't really think I'll enjoy it, or I just I just kind of stay away from it. I don't see the point in doing that. It's kind of like trolling YouTube and finding a bunch of videos you hate and just commenting horrible things. It doesn't make any sense. If you don't like it, just don't watch it. Well, worth checking him out. He does rap, rock, country. You name it, he can do it. Upchurch, Ryan Upchurch. Okay. Yeah, no, a lot of people love Tom McDonald. They're certainly not hating on anybody. It's just, you know what I mean? It's not my vibe. It's not something I enjoyed, and I don't want to, there's no reason to put that out there, I don't think. Tom out there getting his bag, good for him. People who enjoy it, that's great for you guys. I have no shade for that at all. I didn't see a quote from an upcoming story. So far as Pascal, as far as spoilers, it's been said a couple of times, but I have watched through episode 12. So as long as the spoiler isn't beyond that, I'm okay with that discussion in here. So I do remember a quote in here, like, well, for instance, you're a very violent young woman came from the episode I'm editing right now, so that wouldn't hurt anything. And like I said, 12 and down, as long as you don't spoil anything beyond that, then I don't have a problem with you. I am familiar with the epic rap battles of history. I haven't watched one in a long time, but I used to watch them back in the day. I mean, I used to watch. They've been around forever. I used to watch them when I watched people like Tobuscus and Ray William Johnson and those kinds of guys back in the day on YouTube. Sorry, guys, I gotta blow my nose real quick. Don't want you seeing it. Hold on one second. Okay. Hopefully that'll last me a while. But yeah, so Pascal, I think everybody's been okay as far as spoilers mostly. Somebody said the word library earlier, and apparently that was a buzzword, but I didn't really get nothing. That didn't spoil anything for me, so we're all good as far as I can tell. Everybody's been fairly respectful. Nobody really wants to spoil anything, you know? Yeah, I got you. I got you. That's why I let you know. It's weird. I'm not really used to live streaming. I don't really do this. The only reason I'm doing it really is because I was trying to edit this and I kept getting distracted and not really being able to focus. And somebody told me that a few people actually have told me that this might help. So far as it is, it's helping. It's keeping me going. Yeah, I'm at the very beginning of the journey. 100%. I can tell. Unit. Watched quite a few reaction channels, but this is the first time I can think of that someone is willing to take on something as big as Doctor Who. Besides Buffy, yeah, Buffy seems to be the first step, but Buffy's a tough one for me because I don't know that maybe it's not taking off because I've seen it before and I wasn't shy about that fact. I watched a few Doctor Who reactors. Watching them uh, view watching them view fills my need to rewatch for myself for the 10th time. I get it. I get it. I 100% get it. It's the same for me. I'm a viewer of these things too. For Buffy especially, I do a lot of rewatches with people because I don't know. I can only find so many friends in real life who are willing to sit down and watch that show with me. So it's really fun to see people watch shows that I enjoy, movies that I really like, and see them get to those big moments and those big reveals or whatever, and watch them react to it. See, I mean, I get it. I know the appeal. Believe me, that's part of why I thought I could make this channel work. I'm just adding my education, my background in acting and writing and directing and stuff. It's just an extra layer. But I know that the real draw is sort of living vicariously through or watching somebody else and experiencing it with them for the first time. It's fun. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm thinking about trying to bring those to YouTube soon as well. I'm gonna wait and get through season 2 first on Patreon. So far, I think I just did Surprise and Innocence, or I'm about to do Surprise and Innocence. And so once I get through season 2, I'll start working on getting those edited too. Hopefully by then I'll be able to hire somebody, like I've said, and start bringing those to YouTube as well. But right now, everything past season 1 is just stuck on Patreon for the time being. Um, Thank you. I appreciate that, Ray. I appreciate that as well. Have you gone down the MCU journey? Um, the MCU is a funny thing. I've seen a lot. And I think the biggest problem with thinking about doing reactions to that in the future is I may have seen some of the bigger moments, at least of the first leg of the MCU. I mean, it was a huge cultural phenomenon, right? Like most people saw some of them. I wasn't a person who watched every film. And here's the thing, though, like they started like I don't know what 2008 or something. I can't remember, but I'm not a person who's rewatched them, and I don't really watch any of the new stuff. I don't really have the time, and it just seems like so much to keep up with. Like you have to, it feels like you have to watch everything if you're going to watch anything, and so it kind of just wore me out. But I was a huge fan of. I remember really loving the Iron Man film when it came out. I saw it in theaters, but again, I haven't seen it since. So if you ask me what happens in it, I couldn't tell you. So it's a weird thing. It's a thing where I have seen some of them. I can't even remember everything I've seen. And the things that I have seen, I swear you could put it on, and if I walked in the middle of the film until I saw the costume, I probably wouldn't even know what it was. So I don't know. Maybe that's a thing in the future I might do. I know that I'm trying to bring another person on to do some reactions with me, and the idea is that we're from different generations. She's a lot younger than I am, so the idea is that we would introduce each other to films from our era. I'd take her back and show her some films from the late 80s, 90s, early 2000s, and apparently there's a lot that happened in the 2010s that she wants to introduce me to, so that might be fun. The Infinity Saga, yeah. Like I know I've seen the first Avengers movie, but all I can really remember is two things. I remember the panoramic, like the pan around shot whenever they were all together in the city, and I remember Loki getting thrown around by Thor, like he doesn't weigh anything. That was hilarious. Other than those two things, I really don't remember anything about the movie. There are writers that are amazing at story, but not the greatest at dialogue, and vice versa. That's true. I missed where that came from. I love the way you take time and notice the good acting in the show. Thank you so much, Ray and Cheesy. Have you noticed? Oh, no, that one. See, Brandon Same. I appreciate how he separates the actors' performances from what is not always the best writing. Very different things, incredibly different things. And if you know anything about one or the other, you should be able to, and definitely should, separate the two because they really are very different things. Puny God, yes, puny God. I remember that so much. I mean, how do you forget that? Like, really, that was hilarious. This is actually really hard to cut down. Okay. It's been quite enlightening to see your opinion way down the road on the acting versus writing being an issue, but that's sort of 10 years, 10 series away. Yeah, that's a long journey, man. We'll see. No, she won't be safe. What's my favorite episode so far up to now? Wow. Up to now, it's difficult because I've been editing these early episodes and watching through to episode 12, so they're kind of jumbled in my brain. Probably wasn't the episode actually titled Dalek? That might be maybe my favorite because of the revelations that we got about the Doctor's character and a lot of his past. But then he talked a little bit about his past to Rose in the episode where they were on. It's called. Was it called the? Something, I don't know, the one where the Earth was destroyed. I can't remember what the episode was called, but maybe that one too. I don't know. Those two are the ones that stick out in my head the most because of the conversation they had in that little room. When she said, "Mom always told me not to argue with the designated driver." I thought that was cute. And that conversation was really nice. It's all about character moments for me, and I've not had any shortage of those for watching this so far. So, but I think Dalek was probably one of the more intense episodes so far that I really enjoyed. Have I considered watching a classic series of Doctor Who? Not anytime soon. No. My plate is very full, guys. Like my plate is super full already. I'm doing the best I can. Taking on this series and committing to getting it out on YouTube weekly was actually huge, and it has put me in a hole, and it's caused me a ton of stress. And I'm falling behind on other things. I'm working really hard, but this was a huge decision for me. But I really felt like if I was going to make this content creation thing work, I needed to make a big move, and committing to Doctor Who seemed like something that would pay dividends, and it has, and it is so far. So I don't regret it. It's just, you have to be patient with me when it comes to adding anything else, because right now I'm stretching my limits as it is, but I've been enjoying it. And like I said, it really has been paying dividends. It's been working out really good. You guys have been very supportive. So all the actors hired to play Doctor are great and can deliver a monologue. So far, Eggleston's has been killer with his monologues. I should probably get some more sleep before getting the kids to school, but look forward to this dropping next Wednesday. I'm considering just backing on Patreon, like I said. I would love to have you over there, 100%. Thank you so much for hanging out, Brandon. I appreciate you being here. Those are good episodes, the ones I mentioned. You appreciate. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. I do. I appreciate all your support, your conversation, liking, commenting, chatting, sharing things around. It means a lot. It really does. I know that some of you had to have shared this on forums or something because it really blew up quickly, more quickly than I expected. Later, Brandon. This bit is tough to break down. Thanks, Cheesy. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Oh, I guess I got to include that then, don't I? I don't like it when they treat Jackie that way. Tacky to Jackie. um, Ray itself, but not completely essential. I was only suggesting the rest issues. I think I'm getting close to bedtime. It is 4:16 in the AM. I podcast and I'm a perfectionist when it comes to editing process, which is a lot of work, but video editing, particularly with the added pressure of copyright claims, is another level. Again, yes, that is the issue. That is the issue. And I don't usually edit these on my own. Actually, the first 4 episodes, the ones that are up on YouTube now, I hire it out, but I don't have the money to do that this month. You know, it's Christmas. You know what I mean? I've got family, couple of kids. They're grown, but they're still my kids, and it's Christmas. It's not the time that I can take, hundreds of dollars and put it into something else. Just can't. So that's why I'm editing it myself, and that's why I'm here with you guys, because editing it myself turns out, excuse me, pardon me for just a minute. I need to blow my nose again. I'm so sorry, but I don't want to do this on camera. But while I'm doing this, basically what I was saying is it's just one of those times of the year that I got to do this, but I really wanted you guys here with me, or I was thought I'd give it a try because I was struggling and I was told that it would probably help. So here I am. Here you guys are. And hopefully it'll do the job. Now, just 1 second. Sorry, guys. I had to go get another tissue. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, that's why I'm here with you. See, so I can try to get this done. Somebody said it would help, and it's helping so far. I'm enjoying myself. I'm been able to focus a little bit more, get something done. Da-da-da-da-da. Cooking a ham for a party tomorrow. Get some sleep. Thanks for all the great content. Absolutely, I will. I'll get some sleep as soon as I get the chance. Just not yet, but as soon as I get the chance, I'm going to get through this section here, and then I'll probably get some sleep. Thanks a lot, Totally TV. Appreciate you. I'm going to get through this next bit here, and then I'm going to probably call it a night, finish it off tomorrow. Through this next bit right here. There's a lot left. I don't think I can get through the rest of it, but no. Yeah, for those of you leaving and going to bed, good night, guys. I will see you on the flip side. And like I said, this will probably be posted on Wednesday. See you, Mark. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. I love her so much. You know, I think I got a little distracted right there. I mentioned just there that I really like Harriet Jones, and I do, but I'm actually kind of impressed with Mickey there in this episode. He is a cartoon character at this point, but he's being a pretty stand-up guy. It's pretty nice. Why am I getting emotional watching this bit again? That's really intense, and you can see so well how important that is to him. That it's her mother, how much that means to him. And in every part of that delivery, from her body posture to her facial expression, her tone of voice, her breath, everything in that delivery was really well done and very beautifully done. That's just a really nice, really well done bit right there. I love that. Thanks for streaming. This has been really lightning. Take care. I don't think it's a spoiler territory to saying that the character does become more fully formed. No, it's not. I'm already to the point where, I mean, I think at the end of Boomtown, I got a little glimpse into the fact that his character is certainly growing 100%. Totally do. No, I hate it when that happens. Oh, gee, I keep meaning to change that hotkey. Apparently, like the pressing up on the directional pad is or on the arrow key is how I get it to go to the last edit. But if I press shift and up, it goes all the way to the beginning. And pressing shift is how I do other things. So it's a thing it happens to me by accident more often than I want it to. Stop it! I did it again. Not shift and up, but shift and enter. I mean, God dang it, shift and space. Play. Okay, I haven't done it once the entire time, and for some reason now I'm doing it every freaking time I push the button. That's really annoying. Raxacorical Phalopatorius. If I don't use hotkeys, I'll go insane. It definitely makes this process 9,000 times faster. Raxacorical. Nope, not even close. Yes. Excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry. Ugh. I did not say it right. I hope you subscribe anyway. Gesundheit. Thank you so much, Ray. I appreciate it. So yeah. I remember them saying that earlier. I just remember that trying to say that name was Was a thing I probably shouldn't have done live on in the video because I didn't do a good job, I don't think, of saying the name. But you know, we do what we can. We try our best, right? So anyway, trying to win some subs. Didn't do it. Hopefully nobody unsubs because I screwed it up. Rex, I can't even do it now. Can't even remember it. Nope, too much. Good thing they're in the kitchen. I don't know what that is. Just like what? Does anybody know what she's saying? Just like what? Gherkins. Oh, the thing they do with their head is crazy. I loved this moment though. Like besides the farting, I really liked that moment. The looking around part of it was really funny. When he got splashed and it's just like I need to invest in some proper tissues. I'm using like a paper towel. And it's not doing the job. Yeah, that look on my face. I know. It was really gross. It was disgusting. Oh, just wait for the one with Satellite 5. That thing up there, that thing and that gooey, inappropriate looking thing in Satellite 5 was so disgusting. I couldn't handle it. Oh my God, I couldn't handle it. What does that mean? Ah, ah, yeah, there you go. I like that he spit it out too. Max? I'm not Max. Sid Belfort Passival de Slovene is dead. Mighty Jargarfest of the Holy Hadrajasik Maxarodinfo, or as he calls it, Max. Okay. I don't know, man. I have no idea how to interpret what I just read. You guys are pretty serious. Very, very well done. That just sounds like a load of BS. You know? Okay. That's a big chunk. That over there is a big chunk. So I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna be done. I don't know how long I've been doing this. Is there a timer on here to let me know how long I've been online? I've been live for 2 hours. So that's 2 hours of editing that you guys helped me with. I really appreciate that. I really was able to focus a lot better. There are several chunks in here that I feel like I'm still gonna have to cut down after I upload it to YouTube, but YouTube's gonna kick it back in my face because There's some chunks that are too long, I think, but you guys really did help me stay focused. I really appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chatting with me. It meant the world. Well, it meant a lot. I'm really tired, so I'm probably going to go to bed now. But thanks again. Thanks for all the support on Patreon again for this show. It's going to keep coming. It's going to keep coming. As long as you guys are watching it, I'll put it out. So that's all I got for you tonight. I'm going to go to bed, and I will see you guys. See you in the next one.